Welcome back to the Zero Talent Podcast. As usual, Davidici Supari, Christian Sutton with WWA, and Caleb, my boy from Publix. We just had quite a week of football, college, NFL, CFL,
XFL,
UFL. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of people changed. So, as usual, we're going to kick it off with Christian Sutton, going over college. But before we do that, we're technically actually going to kick it off with me reviewing our game picks. We just got kind of a brief summary of the games. We picked out some games last week. Big Dan was here, picked them with us. So just want to let you guys know the record for last week's picks. For NFL, both Big Dan and Big Dan and Christian went 2-2 on NFL picks. I went 1-3.
This is your host, by the way.
No. Listen, I went 1-3, but
Go Cardinals.
I'm forced. Was I count? Yeah, I was counting that. Okay. Listen, the Cardinals lost, but dude, they had a for real chance to win that game.
Barely lost.
And by the way, I was picking them with Kyler Murray playing. I didn't know Jacoby Brissett would be starting for them. So Jacoby Brissett comes in, leads them to an almost victory. They were in the red zone with under a minute to go, down by 4, had a chance to win the game, couldn't get it done. But if you at least took the spread and trusted me, then you probably got some money off of that. But 1-3 for me, 2-2 for these guys. For college picks, me and Christian both had a whopping 5-3. I don't know if the mic just picked up me just ripping ass. and that's the thing you probably notice right now too is we got new microphones, so I guess we're gonna test out the quality early. But me and Christian both went 5-3. I thought we were gonna be 6-2. I did not expect. I didn't expect Indiana to pull it out, but I did say I'm not ready to call Indiana frauds. I think they actually have a chance.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't call them frauds because they came out and they showed out. So shout out to Indiana. Big Dan, Father Time, comes out with the best guest picker record so far. Because he is the only guest picker so far. So Big Dan with a whopping 3-5 on college picks. So shout out Big Dan. But that's what we got. 5-3 on college, and then Big Dan had a whopping 3-5. But he beat me on NFL picks. So what can I say?
He might be the expert. Who knows?
Yeah. So with that said, I'm going to pass it off to my boy Christian Sutton.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let him get started on recapping our college weekend.
Yeah.
And let's get right into it.
Let's get into it. I'm going to start us off by saying that Florida lost. It was a rough loss for sure. Definitely not what we were expecting. I think Billy loses his job because you watch the game and the first drive of the game, Florida looks phenomenal. DJ Lagway starts out 6 for 6, touchdown. Dallas Wilson gets involved early. A&M made an adjustment, and Florida proceeded not to score for the next 3 drives.
Yeah.
And
Three
it was
quarters, basically. Because we had 3 points through the second, because we scored 14 in the first quarter and then 3 points through the second,
A&M slightly adjusted their defense, which caused Billy Napier's Cullingbrook just exploded because it's never seen that before. Didn't know how to react. And I honestly believe in my heart that Billy lost his job with this game. Just there was no changing what we were doing. The 3rd and 8 runs haven't stopped, and that's all I gotta say. We made Texas A&M look a lot better than they were. I don't know what's going on with the defense. The defense just plays uninspired football, and I'm not a huge fan of that. And I know, man. It's just like. They've been on the field so much, and the injuries. And
that's what I was about to bring up. It does suck because we have a good defense. And even though, Dijon Johnson has been out. Obviously, LJ McCray hasn't played with a broken foot. Caleb Banks has been out.
First-round pick.
Aaron Gates has been out. And again, how demoralizing is that for a defense when you're playing your tails off and your offense is just 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. These dudes got to be exhausted by the third quarter. I mean, that's what happened in the Miami game.
Yeah, man.
That's why they started to blow that thing open. I mean, it wasn't like
It's been bad.
we were holding that defense. I mean, they had 13 points through 3 quarters.
Yeah, their offense is one of the most explosives. And I mean, really, a lot of teams we played have been called one of the best offenses in the country with Carson Beck running the helmet at Miami, and then the most overrated team in the nation, LSU. Even they were called explosive offense, but
eked out a win by the way.
we've held all those teams and no touch. USF is now they're averaging 60. They're averaging 60 points a game.
That was crazy.
Well, not
Texas.
even against North Texas. After Miami, they were averaging 60 points a game. I mean, they have some sort of offense to even do that at the FBS level. Florida held them to a touchdown, and it's just ridiculous. And I think
It's getting ridiculous.
right. I think Billy Napier has lost his job with this game. I'm not going to harp on it too much. Florida just got outplayed and outcoached in every facet of this game. There was no point in this game where I felt like we had a winning chance. And I haven't felt that since, like the Mullen era. And it's been rough. It's been rough sledding, man. And it's just right after we scored, I thought we had a good start.
You don't think we had a winning chance since Mullen?
I mean, I haven't gone.
You mean for an entire season?
I'm talking about the game. Like I watched the entire Florida game without feeling like we had any shot at all. Because at the end of the day, you're still the University of Florida, and you still should be able to compete in every game.
I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying is that in this game in particular, I was like kind of numb. I was like, wow, like Florida had a good drive, and then it's just after I saw that Florida wasn't going to stop, I was like, we're not going to put up enough points to stick with this team. And I just knew, and then the inevitable happened, and then Florida just rolled over. And we haven't seen that this year, but that was the first crack in our team's morale. And
yeah,
I think,
and you saw DJ getting pretty pissed off on the sideline too.
I don't know, man. I think there's going to be a change soon, next couple weeks coming up. I think Florida's going to pull the trigger on this whole thing, which I don't blame them. But
well, I mean, you got a perfect opportunity. I mean, we played Mississippi State in the swamp.
If you lose that game,
if you lose that game,
that's bad.
I mean, you're going into the bye week. It's the best time to do it. I mean, what will be 2-5 at that point?
And
2-5, and we just lost to Mississippi State in the swamp.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to keep your job.
That's when you got to go ahead and pull the trigger.
Well, you got to think Strickland's playing for his job too. No matter how much you like Napier, Strickland's going to be on his gun about that. And I think Todd Golden has saved that dude's job. If Golden comes in and it's horrible, you hired a guy from Sacramento State to coach your basketball team. I mean, it doesn't look good, but
which we got coming up, by the way.
Yep. Basketball's coming up soon. Florida ranked in the top 3 preseason poll for basketball, and
it's good to see Houston ranked above us when we beat them in the Natty.
Purdue didn't even make the Final Four, but
good to see.
Good to see it. I mean, I guess that's what matters now, just not winning. I mean, just being better on paper. But Florida's going to come out and they're going to show why we should be national champs. We're going to go back to back.
Mm-hmm.
But just a couple games here. Ohio State takes care of Illinois pretty handily.
Yeah,
and then
expected that.
Our surprise of the week was Indiana.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We didn't.
Nobody saw that coming.
I was rooting. I don't know if I was rooting for Indiana, but I kind of did want to see that team that's been lingering for the past few years, but hasn't really made or hasn't been able to win that big game to really show that they're here, they've arrived, and they finally did that. So I was kind of happy to see that. But I still think Oregon's really good. I think these teams will probably meet again. Honestly,
I'm sure. I mean, you still have a Big Ten championship play in.
Yeah.
I'm sure those two teams are going to be in it, but now because I was almost sold on Indiana. I was on, like I said, I mean, you can go back and watch the film. I said I love Kirk Serengeti as a coach. I think he's a phenomenal coach. That's actually the words I put. And with this win, I think they're now solidified as an actual national championship contender. I think they're better than a Texas A&M. I think they're better than a Miami. I think all those teams would lose in a head-to-head matchup in a neutral site game against Indiana, which
sure.
Which is the reason now is that Indiana and Oregon or Ohio State are going to play, and that's going to be a game for the ages.
Yeah.
The Big Ten's starting to surpass the SEC, and it's scary. I mean, seriously, I've always been a huge SEC guy, but their top dogs are going to beat Georgia.
Yeah.
They're going to beat Alabama. We don't have an Alabama no more is the problem.
Yeah. I was going to say the new Alabama isn't Alabama. So, I mean, they're still our top contender.
Well, I was saying, what other team in the SEC is going to compete with Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon?
I mean, Ole Miss is currently the highest ranked SEC team, I believe. Or no, I think Texas moved up to 4.
No,
Texas A&M moved up to 4.
Indiana. It's Texas A&M 4, Ole Miss 5.
Yeah, so I definitely do not see Texas A&M beating Oregon, Indiana, or Ohio State at all. I can see Ole Miss fighting
Ole Miss
and maybe winning one of those games.
Right.
But I don't know. I think Bama's our best chance.
Bama is our best chance. I think Bama is the best rounded team. I think Kirby Smart's holding back that Georgia offense with Gunnar Stockton. Plus, Gunnar Stockton just doesn't have a ton of experience. But I definitely see them as Alabama being the best rounded team. Like, without the Saban stuff. Like, I know they lost to Florida State. I think that was a fluke win, obviously, for some Florida State.
They might have needed that, though. They might have needed that to shake them up. And,
maybe,
look what they've done so far.
Maybe Florida needs to lose 2 more games. Maybe they'll win out, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We start 2-6. We'll start to lock
They'll wake
in.
up after 6 losses. They'll wake up.
That'll knock some sense into us.
Well, that leads me into my next point was Ole Miss versus Washington State. Narrowly wins that game by Ole Miss. I think this is a fluke game.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't.
I mean, those games just happen. You'll see. I mean, Troy about beat Clemson, which obviously that's not a great example because Clemson is not.
It happens every year.
Good,
you know, you have a team hang around with a team. I don't think.
I mean, North Illinois.
Yeah,
last year
Notre
Dame,
in which they were in a
Notre
national
Dame
title game.
Yeah.
But
so
I think this is one of
that.
those games that just get away from you and you let them stick around.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think Chambliss is an elite quarterback. I think Lane Kiffin's doing great things at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I don't think this game's a reflection on their team. I think they're a phenomenal program.
I think I mean they just beat up on LSU.
Oh, yeah, dude,
I think Ole Miss and Bama are the top 2 teams.
Yeah, they're going to definitely be.
SEC.
That's going to be your SEC championship more than likely.
You think so?
I think it's going to be Ole Miss and if I was taking the 2 best teams, I would go Ole Miss and Alabama.
Well, they play this week, so
yeah,
that's going to determine it.
I think Oklahoma losing this weekend, probably like last weekend. I think that blew their chances.
Call it, by the way.
Well,
Oklahoma's a fraud.
I still like Oklahoma, but they obviously, you were right about that. They've obviously shown that.
I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
They might not. I mean, there's a lot of good resumes, and you got to think there's going to be one team that they're going to bring in from a group of, not even a group of 4 team. They're going to be like a UNLV. They're going to go undefeated, win their conference.
Shout out Dan Mullen.
Shout out Dan Mullen.
Shout out Dan Mullen.
They're going to get rolled.
Pulling out a 3-point win over Air Force, 51-48.
Yeah,
that fourth quarter was crazy. I don't know if you watched that game.
But he's still showing he can't play defense.
It doesn't matter.
We're just going to score.
Shout out Chris. Didn't he comment something about Dan Mullen?
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know if you saw. He said, y'all talking about Dan Mullen's recruiting. You forgot he brought in the best quarterback of all time, Emory Jones. Shout out Chris. We was ragging on. I'm not gonna lie. I was ragging on Chris today to Josh. Like, we've been putting these messages in our videos.
Yeah, buddy.
To see if he was watching, and he hadn't sent us any of it. And it, started to twinkle my heart a little bit. Twinkle my heart a little bit. But he came through today. I didn't even say nothing. He watched them. He messaged us the keywords, orangutan. He got all caught up. So
that's good. I hope he stays caught up.
Yeah, I do too.
I was gonna say Alabama handles Missouri. Missouri missed a wide open dude. That was a whole bunch of controversy. And I was gonna say the Georgia Kirby Smart. Where are you at on that controversialness?
No. I mean, it was BS. I don't think it mattered. Don't get me wrong. It was total BS. Like, that junk was bad. Kirby Smart had quite the acting job on that. But I don't think it really mattered. I mean, they had 2 timeouts. I think they were already up in the game. They had all the momentum. I don't think him losing a timeout is going to cause Georgia to not win that game. I mean, they won by 2 scores.
I was kind of confused.
I don't think a timeout changes that game by 2 scores.
I was kind of confused because I watched the playback and he is mouthing the words "they're clapping," and you don't have to be a signs expert. They're clapping, but this signal right here, I don't know why. That's a clap. This isn't a clap.
Yeah.
So I think they should have been charged a timeout. But like you said, I don't think it would have mattered. But that could have been some evidence out of some SEC home cooking down south, no matter where you play. Even though wasn't it at Auburn?
It was at Auburn.
That's what I mean. Which I don't know what was up with that. I think I would have called, if I was reffing that game, I would have called it a timeout. But I don't think it doesn't. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it just shows Kirby Smart's character a little bit, but I mean, you're doing everything you can to win.
Oh yeah,
but I mean, that's just how it is.
He's getting paid. He's
getting
paid by a university to win games, and that's what he does, and he's so good at it. But I think this Georgia team is severely, severely overrated. I don't think this is the same team as this guy. Just because he came from Georgia, quarterback, he drives a Ford pickup. This ain't Stetson Bennett.
No. It's definitely not. I don't see them.
This ain't the same team.
No, and I don't even
not.
see them making Final Four, but I could see them causing some chaos.
They could. They're gonna beat somebody they're not supposed to.
Yeah,
But
I could see them causing some chaos in the playoffs.
I just don't see where the hype is around Georgia. That's all I'm saying.
Because it's Georgia.
They don't have an elite defense.
They don't have. It's Georgia.
I
It's
understand-
Kirby
I
Smart.
understand what you're
They're
saying.
going to be same as, not to obviously the level of Nick Saban, but that's
I
just
just-
kind of how it is.
I
with
don't understand
Kirby
how
Smart
you
and the
put up
boys. I mean, they're gonna be
41
up there.
against. I don't understand you put 41 against Tennessee and then go put like 20 on Auburn, barely 20.
I feel like this is. I mean, you could say the same thing for Ole Miss.
I understand
they put
that.
up 24
I understand
points.
that, but Ole Miss has proven like, yeah, we can hang around. Like we're top dogs.
So is Georgia,
Who has Georgia played?
Alabama, and they lost by a field goal.
They only put up 20 points though.
It was
That's what I mean.
21.
I'm
to
not
20.
a.
But
I'm not a believer.
Bama
in
only
the
put up
offense.
24.
Right. I mean, but
They
Alabama
put up 41 on
But Ty
Tennessee.
Simpson has shown that he's a very good quarterback in this league. Gunnar Stockton has shown me one game where he played against he played against a Tennessee defense that gave up almost 30 to Arkansas that doesn't have a head coach right now.
I don't think they're a real contender, but I still think it's Georgia. They can cause some chaos.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I don't like Georgia. I don't think this is the same team. I think
No,
Florida has a
definitely
legit
not.
shot in winning. I think we could beat them.
Yeah,
This
I
is
think
if
so.
we are going to beat them. I think this would be the time to do it.
With or without Billy.
I mean, seriously. I think anyone could go in there and call plays. I mean, not anyone, but
No, I mean,
somebody with some kind of background in offensive play calling could call plays in Florida.
no, I mean, I don't think you have to. I think I could go up in there.
I mean, I tell you what, if I'm not an offensive guy, I'm not a defensive guy, I'm not a football guy like John Gruden could. I'm not a guy that can go in there and
I don't care. Hire John Gruden.
But
though.
I know better than running a 3rd and 8 inside zone onto a 5-man box because they know you can't throw downfield. I know better against that. So I don't know what's going on in Gainesville. I don't know if they're just thinking too much, but maybe we should do a little bit less thinking, a little bit more passing.
Yep.
But
Yep.
FSU loses is my last point
He did call
for
it.
the recap.
He did call
I
him
called
and Big Dan. His 3-5 college record did include somehow picking the upset for Pitt to beat FSU.
Yeah, I can't lie.
at Doak. So.
I saw it coming. Eli Holstein was their quarterback to start the year. He was an Alabama transfer. He was horrible, genuinely horrible. And they go with the 18-year-old boy from the middle of nowhere. I forgot where he was from, but he was the middle of nowhere. And he came out and stole the show. And I just had a feeling that Pitt's offense was just going to – I wasn't so sure about the defense, but their offense looks phenomenal. And you let an 18-year-old guy come into Doak Campbell and beat you on your home field with 2 head coaches on your sideline. Remember, you have Gus Malzahn, who has head coaching experience everywhere, has over 20 years of experience, and Mike Norvell. You let an 18-year-old kid come into your trap and take over your trap.
Take over your trap.
And I don't know where that puts the state of the program. I've talked to some FSU fans. They want Norvell gone. I'm not completely on the Norvell gone train if I was an FSU fan, but the train's leaving the station. That's what I'm saying. So he's got to tighten up, or he's going to lose his job. You came off a 2-10 year. What are you doing?
And then not only Norvell, I was talking to Sky about it. He's like, it don't matter. Who we going to go get? Like, what's the point of firing? Who we
I
going to
don't
get?
understand.
James Franklin.
FSU is a program. I hate them, but if I'm being honest, FSU is a program where you should not have a problem going to go get who you want. If that person
Who do you want?
You don't want. I mean,
Lane Kiffin.
that's up for an FSU fan to decide. I don't
No.
think. I think you could. I think your dark horse right now is Deion Sanders. I don't.
That's what I suggested, and Scott wasn't happy about
Well,
that.
FSU
He
fan-
don't even claim FSU.
He doesn't. He hates FSU because
what I'm saying. He
there was
wouldn't
some
go
kind
there.
of disconnect. But
It's kind of weird. I don't even see Dion now that Shadur and Travis and Shiloh are gone.
yeah,
I'd just be kind of forgetting about Colorado.
Colorado just
I
actually
just-
pulled off an upset last weekend.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Iowa State, but Iowa State was on the decline. They already
Yeah,
lost
well,
to Cincinnati.
What's his name didn't play anyway, but I think their quarterback was out.
You talking about Sam Levitt? You're thinking about Arizona
No,
State.
Yeah. Who beat Arizona State?
It was not BYU. It was Utah. Utah stomped them 42-17.
Oof, yeah.
That was actually the quarterback was Jeff Sims, Nebraska quarterback. Came from Jacksonville, Florida. He went to He went to Sandalwood High School.
That name
And-
sounds familiar.
Yeah, Jeff Sims. I actually at one time umpired a baseball tournament up in Georgia. Jacksonville team was playing in the tournament where you're getting to talk around football. The first game Jeff Sims played against was actually against Colorado, against Dion. And obviously, it was a second game. The first game was they would play TCU. The first game Nebraska played against, Jeff Sims played against him. And I saw he's from Jacksonville. Turns out the head coach of the other team went to church with him, and he hates him. He's a Nebraska fan, and he went to Sandalwood High School, and he hates him. Jeff
Why?
Sims, because Jeff Sims sucks at football. He's not a very good quarterback.
That's why
Yeah.
he hates him as a person.
Sorry, that was a long story, but all to say that random dude that loves Nebraska and went to Sandalwood High School
Hates him.
Jeff Sims. So
Okay.
Jeff Sims, you're listening right now. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. That dude said that, and
Yeah. Don't name him.
I'm not gonna. I don't know the dude's name. I met him one time. He was just in a tournament. But
Jeffrey Thomas.
Jeffrey Thomas.
Good.
Okay. But FSU takes the L. And for the upcoming games, and I'll let you pick. Like I said, we're not going to do scores no more. That's just too much. We're just going to pick money lines.
Well, real quick. I
what's
think we're
up?
forgetting about old James. Old Frank.
No, I'm getting there.
Oh, you going to
Dude.
wait?
I'm getting old James
Okay.
Frank, bro.
Okay. What we got?
We got Vandy versus LSU. Probably my game of the week. It's not my game of the week. We
Yeah, I
got-
was going to say Georgia.
plays.
Yeah.
But we got Vandy and LSU. Who you got?
I'm still not sold on Garrett Nussmeier. I think he's a fraud. I think LSU's a fraud. Give me Vandy.
Okay. I took a similar route. Give me the Vanderbilt Commodores. And
Commodores.
the Commodores.
Commodores.
Next game, probably a little bit lower game. We got Georgia Tech versus Duke. Manny Diaz's Duke. Who you got? Oh,
I think this is a no-brainer. I think Haynes King continues to shine. I said 5 total touchdowns last week. I think he had 4, so close enough. But of course, I'm going with Haynes King and the boys as he continues to make his Heisman case. So give me Georgia Tech and the boys.
I think Georgia Tech is a very good football team. I think they're just getting overshined by their lackluster schedule, but they can't control that. I mean, that's over. Haynes King can't do nothing about that. Justin Haynes can't do nothing about that. Georgia Tech versus Duke. I think Georgia Tech wins this game pretty handily.
Oh yeah.
Don't let Duke stick around though.
No.
Manny Diaz is dangerous, especially in games he's not supposed to be in.
Now that Malik Murphy's gone,
Yeah, Lincoln Riley.
shout out Oregon State 0-6, right up there with Sam Houston.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take Georgia Tech. Don't let Duke hang around. They got a good defense. They can make this game interesting.
I hope not.
I'm gonna take Georgia Tech. Now for the game of the week, we got Georgia versus Ole Miss. To Alabama. Hold
Where's
on.
it at?
I think it's at Ole Miss.
Well, their student section don't show up, according to Lane Kiffin. This is gonna be a tough game. I think. Oh man,
It's gonna be a rough one.
it is, and I don't know if I see Georgia taking a
Georgia,
second
by the way,
loss, but
Georgia lost to Ole Miss last year, so
yeah, pretty
Just
bad.
remember that.
I'm gonna take Ole Miss. I trust Lane
take Ole
Kiffin.
Miss.
That's going to be our head coach. I swear it will be.
I don't think it's gonna be.
I want it to be desperately
talk about it
because
in a
I'm
minute.
tired of Billy. But go ahead.
Georgia, Ole Miss. Ole Miss won this game last year. It actually might be at Athens.
You're real soft spoken today.
We got the microphones. I don't
Yeah,
wanna be
but I
yelling.
feel like you need to back and just be more grimy.
Oh, I like the way I'm talking right now. It's gonna sound good. In the
I know
mic.
you make me feel a little tingly, you know?
A little freaky.
Yeah, twinkle in my heart. Go ahead.
Twinkle in my heart. Georgia lost this game last year. Kirby Smart got outcoached in this game last year. I think actually now I'm thinking about it, this game might be in Athens because I think they played Ole Miss last year. It might not be. I don't know. Regardless, if I'm calling this game from a neutral site standpoint, Ole Miss has got the firepower on the offensive side. Georgia does not have the offensive firepower. Ole Miss probably leads in every statistical category in both sides of the ball, maybe besides points allowed. Maybe Georgia has that one. Everything points to Ole Miss winning this game. I'm going to take Georgia. I think Kirby Smart is
I
going to
don't
be here.
hate that.
I think Georgia's going. I think Kirby Smart is the way you win this game. Same thing. I said it last week with Texas and Oklahoma. I said that Steve Sarkisian has got to set Arch Manning up to make big plays and the right plays. And I think Kirby Smart's going to do the same thing. I think Gunner's going to be prepared for this game. I think they're going to have a game plan and they're going to execute. You got Frazier in the backfield. I think you have everything you need to do to win this game. But don't think it's going to come easy because Lane Kiffin's going to give you a run for your money.
Yeah. I don't hate that.
I'm going to take Georgia by a score. I think it's going to be a little bit closer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
sure.
going to be a thriller for sure, but either Georgia by a score or maybe 2 scores. I don't know. But I'm going to take Georgia in this game. Notre Dame, USC. USC pulled off an impressive win last week against Michigan. And Notre Dame, they're putting up points. And their quarterback, CJ Carr, true freshman, he's looked pretty good this year. I mean, for a true freshman, he's looked great.
Yeah. And USC's only lost to Illinois. I don't know. Jaden Maiava.
Jade Maiava is a game changer.
I don't know. That defense is good, but I'm going to have to go with USC. I think USC gets the upset.
If they get it done.
I think USC is going to be a sleeper, and you may catch them in the playoffs. Will they go deep? Probably not. But I see them sneaking in the playoffs. I'm going to take USC upset Notre Dame.
I think we got a pretty even matchup here with USC and Notre Dame. And I honestly think it comes down to coaching. And Marcus Freeman has shown he's a good coach, and I think he's a really good motivator. This dude loves to motivate his team, and his team comes out and plays for him. Lincoln Riley, I am not huge on Lincoln Riley. I think Lincoln Riley is super overrated. I don't think
quarterback whisperer.
He never. What did he do at Oklahoma?
I mean, he put like 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the league.
Well, that don't produce wins.
It produced wins, not when it mattered most.
Not when it mattered most. Is this the game where it matters most?
No, this is the regular season game.
Top 15 game.
I mean, he got Jalen Hurts and them to the playoffs. Or no, was he still coaching there then?
I think so.
I think he was. Either way, I
Anyways, I got you.
dude's had a good quarterback just about every year.
He hasn't been bad. Notre Dame versus USC. I almost want to take Notre Dame. Just because I like Marcus Freeman. I'm going to go with the USC Trojans. I think that Jordan Maiava is going to be the difference maker in this game. I like the kid. He's a great guy. I mean, genuinely think that they're going to win this game just based off quarterback play. I'm going to take a narrow win, but I'm going to take USC. Gets the edge over Notre Dame.
Yep.
We got another, probably could have been the game of the week, Tennessee, Alabama.
Honestly, I don't think this is going to be close. I think this is the game Tennessee gets absolutely exposed. I think this is the game that knocks them out of the playoffs most likely. I think this is the game that completely crumbles their season. I'm going Bama by at least a couple scores. Honestly.
Scores. Spend my dollar.
No.
Parked in a holler neath the mountain moonlight. Hold her up tight. Make a little lovin'. Little turtle dovin' on a Mason-Dixon night. It's my life. Oh, so right. With my Dixieland delight. Give me Alabama.
Yes. I was hoping.
Give me Alabama, dude.
I was hoping you was pulling Pat McAfee on.
And I think, and I've said this before, I am a Ty Simpson lover. I love Ty Simpson. I think that guy is super good at football. And I think Joey Aguilar is super good at football.
But he ain't there yet.
Dude, I love it. Dude, I love him, man. I don't think he gets enough love. I think he's a top 3 quarterback in the SEC. I like what Tennessee's doing on offense. They can't play defense, though. That's half the game is defense. They can't get a stop. I've watched them play, and all I needed to see was the Arkansas game. I think Alabama's defense comes out and does what they need to do.
Yeah.
And Ty Simpson, he's not throwing 60-yard bombs. He's throwing 15-yard in routes, and he makes the throws he's supposed to make. Yeah. And I can't hate the guy for it. No, Give me Alabama. And then Florida versus Mississippi State in the spot. Davis, what you got?
So it's getting to a point where I said every week I'm just gonna keep on picking Florida because I'm a fan of them. I can't not. I just can't. I can't pick my team to lose. Billy Napier's pretty close to taking that from me. He's pretty close to taking that from me, but not close enough. He's not gonna take it from me yet. So I'm gonna take Gators. Get it done. Only Gators get out alive unless you're USF. So I'm going to go Gators win. I'm going to go Gators win by a touchdown.
I'm going to go Gators as well. I don't think there's much to be said here. Mississippi State just isn't consistent enough for me. And I don't know a lot of teams besides USF that can come to the swamp and just win, especially with Dallas Wilson coming back. He's going to be the game changer. Mississippi State is the same facet as Tennessee in my eyes, just a lot worse of an offense in Tennessee. So I'm gonna take the Gators by at least 3 scores.
3?
I don't think they're gonna get off the field. I think Florida's gonna run the up and down the field on them.
That's good to hear. All right. What else we got?
Well, my last thing, we got coach firings. After a disappointing and embarrassing loss to Northwestern, head coach James Franklin has been let go from the University of Penn State.
You did hear it here first. Just saying. You heard it here first. I said it from, I believe, week 2 that I was tired of seeing Penn State in the top 5 every year. It just gets old. They never win the big games. And unfortunately, now James Franklin can't even win the little games. So, cost him his job. But no surprise here. I saw it coming. I didn't see him getting fired this early in the season, but I definitely saw him getting fired this season. But, you lose to UCLA and Northwestern, that's going to cost you your job.
Yeah.
That's going to cost you your job. Back-to-back L's for the boys in Penn State. So,
just kind of give my 2 cents. I was super surprised as you are.
Yeah.
I think out of respect for James Franklin about what he got you through.
Yeah.
Because remember, James Franklin, whether or not what you think about him, Penn State, whenever he got there, was in shambles. They had just been messed up. The NCAA put strict recruiting violations on him, took away scholarships, put a bowl ban on him. It was a bad time to be a Penn State fan, a very dark time in the university. And James Franklin stepped up and did the best he could. And honestly, he's a good head coach.
Yep.
He just can't win the big one, man. And it's unfortunate because he's given a lot to that university.
he is a good coach. So,
I think out of respect for
FSU?
him, they should have let him finish the year. That's just my opinion. I think they should have let him finish the year. And I just out of respect because
especially the buyout that he had, 56 mil.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't see the benefit in firing a coach midway through the season. It's just
their season's basically over already.
it's already over. I mean, unless you really don't like the guy, just you can get rid of him. But some other firings, we had Trent Dilfer get fired, Ravens legend, Trent Dilfer. I don't know what UAB's really doing. I mean, who else you're going to go get? Who wants to go coach UAB?
That's what I don't understand is these coach firings this early in the season. It's just you're not going to go get a coach. The culture, I don't know. It might even get worse. I mean, because you're not even going to have a head coach anymore. You're going to have an interim coach, and I don't know. I don't like mid-season firings.
I don't know. I guess there's a strategic point to it because the earlier you fire your coach, the sooner you can work on a contract with a new coach. That's the only way I can think. But like I said, if Florida's going to go after Lane Kiffin, what does getting rid of Billy do for you now? Billy, you got to pay a crap ton of money to him just because you want to fire him 2 months before. And if you let him play his 2 months out, you can save some of that money. Put it to whatever you want to put it to.
Yeah.
You can give Lane that money. You can give it to your money to your NIL. You could donate to Nemours Children's Hospital. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that money. But you're just letting Billy Napier get your money. We have a saying in the trade. Don't let so-and-so get your money. If you get mad at a guy at work and you get really mad at him, you'd hate him. If you punch him, you're just letting that guy get your money. Mm-hmm. Don't let Billy Napier get your money.
Wise words from Sutton.
I mean, just look, let him finish the year out. If expected and he finishes 3-9, fire him. You'll save about $20 million and you can go pay Lane with it. Or you can go pay whoever you want. Do what you want with the money. I don't care. But don't let Billy Napier get your money because you dislike the guy.
I mean, his buyout's only $21 million. I mean, you're talking about it's nearly a third of what James Franklin was. So I think that's very doable. And we'll see. I mean, part of me, obviously the Gator in me wants us to win this week. But a tiny part of me is like, just let this be over already. Because I think if we lose this game in the Swamp, he's getting fired. Yep. But who knows? Because, I mean, do you fire Billy just to keep – I don't know if that's going to help or make the players worse because DJ's tired of his shit. DJ wants it
he's
gone.
Over that. Dude.
DJ's tired of the play calling. Like, you could see it on the sideline. He's tired of Billy.
I'll be honest with you, and I said this week 3 or 2, like whenever we lost and the season was over, I was kind of checked out mentally. I said – at this point, I don't care if DJ transfers. It would hurt if Vernell and Dallas went. Don't get me wrong, it would hurt. But if you got a clean house, you got a clean house. If you bring in a coach and if you bring in a coach from a good university, he's going to bring his quarterback. He's going to bring his guys. And that might not be the worst thing.
I
it
think
would suck.
we bring in James Franklin to start Aiden Warner next year.
Yeah, I mean that's a possibility. But
That'd be a
right. But in all seriousness, like if you hire somebody and everyone wants to leave, I'm on the boat. Just let them leave and let's restart. Because right now we got guys like George Gums that why are you not playing? Like seriously, I think he played against Texas A&M, but that crap against LSU is so pissed me off with him. And I used to love him, man, but it gives off Brenton Cox vibes from a couple years ago. And just giving up on his team. It's just,
Gator legend.
I don't like it, man. I don't like that. I don't like giving up on your team. I think it's disrespectful to everyone involved. But I was going to say my next coach firing, and I only got 2 more, so I got Mike Gundy. Mike Gundy getting fired was kind of crazy. He's been there for like almost 20 years.
Unexpected,
it was
I
time.
think.
No, it was time.
You think so?
For sure.
I didn't expect it this soon.
He was done. There was no you got to be a winning university. I get the loyalty part, but and they offered to let him finish out the year. He just chose to leave. That was on him.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, they didn't fire. They fired him. They were like, look, you're getting fired regardless. We're going into a different direction. Even if he had probably won out, they were going to be like, look, we're going in a different direction. But it's kind of like Jerry Krause, 98 Bulls. There's like, no matter what, you can go 84-0 or 82-0. There's a new coach that we're cleaning house. But and then my last one is Sam Pittman. Sam Pittman from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Good dude, man. Just
I honestly don't think he's a bad coach at all.
and the thing is, it's like to bring Arkansas back.
Yeah.
I mean, really, they were bad. Like, dude, they lost to North Texas, and that was a bad loss for that program.
They beat us in the swamp.
And he's the first coach in Arkansas history to beat the Gators in the swamp. He's the only coach to do it. So that was definitely sad. But I got replacements for all of them. Besides Trent Dilfer, I don't know who's going to. I mean, you can go hire me off the bench. Go get me from WVA. I'll go coach
Christian Sutton or Christopher Sean Belcher.
For real. That's a quarterback
Either
coach
one of them
there.
will take the job.
But I think Penn State's going to go after Kurt Serengeti hard. I mean, that's going to be a guy that they're going to want.
Really?
That's little brother, and little brother is balling out right now. I think Kurt Serengeti's your guy. OSU, and it's kind of weird, but it kind of makes weird. It's weird, but it makes sense if you think about it. I think OSU goes after Dan Mullen. I could see that as a small school having a recruit where recruiting is not that big of a deal. There's less pressure, and you got a play caller, probably one of the best schemers in the nation that you can go get is Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen prepares his team. He just doesn't recruit. And I think OSU is one of those teams that doesn't expect to go get 5-star recruits.
OSU.
Oklahoma State University.
Oh, I kept thinking Ohio State.
I think Dan Mullen.
Like, what?
I think you go get Dan Mullen. I think you got to go after him. He's shown he can win still.
Or Oregon State.
I mean, Oregon State's another team, but I think
0-6.
But you're in the Big 12 though. I mean, you're still in a good conference, a Group of 4 conference. You can win, and I think Dan Mullen can take a lot of teams. Like, I mean, you could get a guy on a team and scheme yourself to win.
It is kind of crazy. Like, I was talking to Sky about Dan Mullen's kind of like at this point, I kind of see him as my coach. Like,
right.
I'm rooting for UNLV. I want them to win. I love Dan Mullen, and Billy is taking the love out of Gator football for me. So,
and I know that Florida fans, they have a lot of hate towards Dan. Not even hate. It's just frustration, I'll say.
Which I don't understand. I still don't understand. But
do I personally agree with the Dan Mullen firing? Honestly, as a Gator fan, this is my closet opinion. I honestly agree with it. I don't think there was any future going forward with that program. They had just gone 6-7. I think you had Emory Jones but then again, I think about the things that Dan Mullen could have done with Anthony Richardson at quarterback. Full time, like the option plays, but at the same time, dude,
he was the quarterback whisperer.
Dude, but
bro.
you say that, but then you have like Jacquez Frazier's running routes. And Ricky, dude, you remember how bad it was? Like, I thought Anthony Richardson was just inaccurate and couldn't throw the football. They have a PFF shown that Ricky Pearsall was our best receiver, and he was only creating 3 yards of separation. The other guys were creating a half a yard of separation.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Anthony Richardson still.
No, I'm not saying he's a great thrower of the football, but you're not doing him any favors by not getting a stud receiver. Like, we didn't have a stud receiver at all. Ricky Pearsall was a dog. I would have loved
to see Dan Mullen use him.
I understand.
I feel like he could have.
He might have could have, but I understand the firing.
Yeah,
there was no future. He no interest in recruiting. He embarrassed the program by going on that going on that interview and saying we're gonna wait till recruiting time.
Wait till the off season.
No, dude, that's not what it takes. But my last one, I think Arkansas goes after Gus Malzahn. I think that's a perfect fit for a team like Arkansas. Think about it, you got Taylor Green at quarterback. What does Gus Malzahn do? Run his quarterback. That's a fit I could see for sure. A rough-nosed defense.
You think he's going to leave after 1 year?
I think 100%. I think that whole coaching staff's going to jump ship after Norvell's gone. If Norvell gets fired, they're going to want to make Gus the head coach probably. And guess what? They're going to be
That's
a ton
if
of
Norvell
backlash.
gets fired.
I think he would get fired. You just went 2-10, and now you're 3-3.
Yeah.
I mean, you just lost to Pitt. It wasn't like you went and lost
At
to
Doak.
If you went and lost to an ACC opponent like Clemson and be like, oh, well, it's Clemson.
Well, I mean,
No, even with them being 3-3, though, it's like, oh, you lost to Clemson. That's a powerhouse school.
yeah.
You lost to little brother Duke against an 18-year-old quarterback, and you let him put up 20, almost 30 points on you.
Yeah,
I mean, there's going to be
don't
some changes made, and I get Norvell's. Like I said, I don't think Norvell's a bad coach. I don't. I don't know what you do if you're Florida State. You just can't let. How many chances are you going to give this guy?
know. No.
You're talking
Yeah,
about
I get
years.
you.
I feel the same way about Billy Napier. You're giving him years, and it's not like half a season. Like, you got to wait a whole year. Like imagine being a Florida fan. Off-season hype. Wait a whole year for 8 months. Then you go on and
Just
do
to
that
Bunda.
against USF, and it's like, dude, you just wasted a year of my life. But I think Gus Malzahn can go to Arkansas and win. I think that's one of those schools, another low-pressure job where there's not a ton of expectation. Like, they're not expecting to go out and win the SEC.
No.
We're just
But,
gonna be
if you
competitive.
win 7-8 games.
I mean, 8 games keeps your job.
Yeah.
Forever.
For sure.
But those are mine. And then my last point, Franklin to Florida is a real possibility. I think you go get. I think James Franklin is a legitimate possibility for the University of Florida. I think we're in the same boat. I think we're in the same boat as Penn State was. Not with the recruiting violation stuff, but I mean this team sucks. Genuinely. I mean, we got great talent, but we don't have leadership. And that's the bottom line.
I don't expect it. I don't necessarily want it because I want Kiffin, but I could unfortunately see it happening. And I wouldn't, because I mean he's shown he can win 10 games.
He's a
11
he's a
games.
good coach.
I mean, yeah, he's not bad.
I think Florida could do a lot worse than getting James
Yeah.
Franklin. I think if we got James Franklin, it's not who we want, but it's a very good. I mean, let's not pretend like that's not a good hire. He has an 80% winning percentage as a coach. He just can't beat top 5 teams. I mean, and that's
Yeah.
who knows. A change of scenery might literally do him good. Who knows, man? Seriously.
I mean, at this point, yeah, we're 2-4.
What
so like,
are you gonna do? I mean, what if, like I said, what if Kiffin doesn't leave the swamp? What if Serengeti doesn't want to leave Indiana? What if all these coaches you think don't want to leave their teams? James Franklin, I like James Franklin. He's like my second
mind
or
him.
third choice.
I don't mind him.
If we got James Franklin, I'd be kind of happy because like I told you, what if Florida fans actually look in the mirror and like, maybe this job isn't as good as listen to me. Maybe this Florida job isn't as good as we've been grown up to think it is.
yeah,
And
it
I
definitely
think
is not.
that might be a problem. But Franklin to the swamp is a real possibility. And
Well, so we're gonna see.
we're going to see. And that's all I got for college, man. I mean, that's good rundown.
Yeah, that was a good rundown. Go Gators as usual. Even if Billy is sucking the life out of us. NFL recap. We're going to go over some of the games this past week. Giants BTA on the Eagles. No one saw that coming. The creatine Caucasians took care of business. And Scattaboo with 3 tutters
Yeah.
and nearly a 100-yard game. He had 98. Broncos win a snooze fest in London, 13-11. Jets fall to 0-6. So I don't really know what I don't see Aaron Glenn getting fired in his first year.
No, you don't
They've
think
been
that.
in all of these games. They're just a few changes away from being a good football team. I don't know if Justin Fields is the answer, unfortunately. Shout out Chris. I want Justin Fields to be the answer. I hope Justin Fields can be the answer, but they're not doing him a whole lot of help. I'm not a huge fan of the play calling so far this year, but the Colts eke out a win against the Cardinals.
Barely.
Jacoby Brissett and the boys about pulled it out. Like I said, they were in the red zone with under a minute. They had a chance to win it, couldn't execute. But I mean, Jacoby Brissett, 27-44 for 320 and 2 tutters on that
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
really hyped up Colts defense and dropped 27 points on them.
Gators alum, by the way, Jacoby Brissett.
What's that?
Said Jacoby Brissett was a Florida alum, by the way.
At one point, yeah.
Well, he transferred, but yeah.
So, dude, Jacoby Brissett, Cam Newton, Tim Tebow.
Jeff Driscoll.
My goodness. Didn't he go to, he transferred to Louisiana Tech? Yeah.
I think Jacoby Brissett did too.
What?
Yeah, I think they both went to
That's
Louisiana
wild.
Tech.
Anyway, Chargers win on a game-winning field goal to send Miami to 1-5. Chargers improved to 4-2. So that division is currently led by the Chargers.
Well, I tell you, real fast, let me speak on this. I think Miami is probably the best 1-5 team I've ever seen. Like, they look like they're not that bad.
They're not that bad.
Their schedule hasn't really helped them, but
It hasn't.
the only team they've beaten is an 0-6 Jets team. I understand that, but Darren Waller looks like he's getting into his groove. Like, he looks like his old self again.
Yeah, they're losing a lot of close games. I mean,
Right.
but-
They competed with the Chargers, who have
Yeah.
currently top 5 in the power rankings. But
yeah. No, the Chargers and the Broncos currently tied for 4-2 in that division. And then the Pats keep on rolling, take down the Saints 25-19. Steelers handle the Browns 23-9.
yeah, that division sucks. I
But
mean,
it's Dylan Gabriel and the Browns 23-9. I still don't think the Steelers are legit. Here's my question about that game though.
what's up?
Is it perfect timing for Shadur?
I tell you what.
I mean, Dylan Gabriel's 0-2 as a starter has not really done anything.
You know what's crazy? Every NCAA team, this is a wild stat. I can't believe this is true. Every NCAA team this year has scored over 17 points. Every NFL team this year has scored over 17 points.
Except for
Hold on, let me get there. There is half of the MLB teams have scored over 17 points, and these are runs. I played baseball like my whole life, and 17 points, 17 runs in the game is absolutely wild, especially for that level of baseball. The Browns haven't broken 17 points all year.
it's perfect timing for Shadur, bro.
I don't know, dude. But I don't
Come
understand. Well,
I mean, I don't think they'll start him this week, but I think
It's coming.
they have an easy matchup this week, I believe.
who's an easy matchup for them? The Jets?
The Browns are playing the Dolphins. So
I think the Dolphins win that one.
yeah, I do too. So I don't know if you're 1-6 or 1-5 or 6, 1-6 at that point, and Dylan Gabriel is 0-3 as a starter, you don't really have any light. Perfect timing.
I don't see what you have to lose.
You're 1-6, and the quarterback you threw in there is not doing crap. I mean, if he goes out and loses, I understand you losing to the Vikings. I understand losing to the Steelers. Those are both decent teams.
Right.
You losing to the 1-5 Dolphins. You're 0-3. I
it's
think
pretty rough.
I'm pretty confident Shadur is going to get the start. 2 more L's max,
Yeah.
and you're going to see
I can see that.
you'll see Shadur ball
I
now.
can definitely see that.
The Panthers beat the Cowboys. Panthers improved to 3-3. Has Bryce Young arrived? Not quite yet.
I've been saying
I don't
this.
think so.
I've been saying this. I'm huge on Bryce Young. I like Bryce Young. His last 10 games, he's looked phenomenal. I mean, going even back to last year, he's looked phenomenal.
Yeah, no. His last few games last year, too. I do think he's improved a ton. I think he is going to be the franchise quarterback for the Panthers. I just don't think he's quite there yet. I don't think they'll make the playoffs.
Oh,
but
no.
I could see them win 7 or 8 games this year, which is good for them.
You got to remember, they got the best quarterback in their division. It's Bryce. Or it's Baker
I was about
Mayfield.
to say.
It's
Baker
Baker Mayfield. I mean,
And we'll get to that game in a second.
We'll get that in a second.
But they did beat up on the abysmal Cowboys defense, which is costing them games. It's so unfortunate because they have such a good offense. George Pickens, obviously Dak, Javonte Williams has been a great turn up for the Cowboys offense, but Cowboys fall to 2-3-1. So not looking great for them. Rams handled the beat up Ravens. Rams improved to 4-2. The Ravens fall to 1-5 in a 17-3 loss.
Crazy world we live in.
Is the Ravens season over? I mean, you're 1-5. I mean,
I think it's over.
they only have to lose probably 2 or 3 more games.
Well,
and
the
I
thing
think,
is that the Steelers are going to run the division now, which I don't think it's because they're good. I think
but I
they're
mean,
just
you got
getting lucky.
Joe Burrow's going to be out basically the rest of the year. Browns obviously are poo poo.
I think it depends if Lamar can come back. I mean,
Even if he does, I mean, he's going to come back. They're probably going to be 1-6 or so. So it's like, I mean, they're basically going to have Lamar come back and win out.
I feel as if the front office for the Ravens would have already traded for a quarterback. If they were going to try to salvage the season, you would think they'd pull the plug on like Shadur. Like seriously, go get a guy.
Go get somebody, not Cooper Rush.
Yeah, I don't get that.
So Raiders take care of the Titans. The Titans still suck. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, the Raiders, I thought were like the worst team in football, and then boy, oh boy, did the Titans prove me wrong as they take a 2-score loss
to
the Raiders.
Yeah, but some AFC South news for that team. Brian Callahan has been fired.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up.
Okay,
Brian Callahan is out of town, which is not a huge surprise. Again, I was, I guess, a little surprised this early on.
I mean,
1-5 start.
I think honestly, probably what happened, and my dad always says this, but he's always like, my dad says, in the NFL, it should take you 2 to 3 years to win games. I mean, it's not college football. You don't have to do a full roster turnaround. You have professional athletes that should be able to win.
Yeah.
And I honestly,
and you're not having to recruit guys like that.
I mean, honestly, I imagine, and this might be just speculation, but if Liam Cohen would have came out and won like a game or two, like not like if we're like 1-4 right now, or like 1-5, who knows if the Titans coach gets fired? Because then it's like, well, Jacksonville just hired their head coach, and now they're 4-2. You know what I mean? Maybe that had something to do with it. Just looking back, it's like, wow, we gotta move on, and it's time to move on.
I feel you. The Packers take care of Flacco and the Bengals 27-18. That game was actually pretty close coming to the end there. Flacco and the Bengals, obviously not making the playoffs, not going to do anything really. But I could see them, with a couple upsets this year. Flacco with that type of receiving core I think can manage to win some games. The 5-1 Bucks. All right.
Man.
The 5-1 Bucks play the Niners in Tampa, right?
Right.
The 4-1 Niners at the time with Mac Jones coming off a great week against the Rams. The Bucks were down Mike Evans, Bucky Irving, Chris Godwin, and Ibuka had a hamstring injury during the game, did not finish the game. And Baker Mayfield managed to put up 30 points on that really good Niners defense and win that game by 2 scores.
Yeah,
I don't know how he's not the MVP. I checked again today, and somehow the odds say Patrick Mahomes is now leading the MVP race.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Tell me how. Because this guy is throwing touchdowns to Ted Johnson and Sterling Shepard. Like, come on, dude. He literally, I don't understand. I really don't understand how he's not the MVP favorite. What he's doing right now, his only loss is to 1 score to the Super Bowl, the reigning Super Bowl champions, which haven't looked great. But I mean, I think the Eagles were good early on, but I think now the formula is out there how to stop them.
Here's the thing, and
I think the Bucks are for real, and I think the Bucks could win the NFC.
I mean, the Bucks' only loss was 35-38. I mean, we have to take that into account. I don't think
it was 31-26 to the Eagles.
Oh, was it 31? I'm thinking about the Seahawks game.
Yeah, they won that game.
Well, what I was getting to was that you can't tell me that there's someone more valuable to their team more than Baker Mayfield is to the Bucs.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, like Josh Allen maybe has a case for the Bills, but they've lost their last 2 straight.
Yeah, bring back Nathan Peterman.
Right, you're down. I mean, you're down 4 starters against a defense that's solid. I mean, you have Robert Salah,
they did lose
former head coach
Fred Warner.
Yeah, but Fred Warner, that should be noted, but that's not your whole defense. I mean,
they lost by 2 scores and got 30 dropped on their heads.
Right.
So.
I mean, that's still a good team, and I think that Baker Mayfield should be the front runner.
I do.
There's no one, like I said, most valuable player, not best team. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is 3-3 right now. He's not the most valuable player to his team. He's a very good player. He's not the difference maker whether or not they lose or win. Go watch a Chiefs game. He's not the difference maker. Andy Reid is. Yeah. Baker Mayfield changes the odds for their team. He pushes the needle.
No matter who he has.
Exactly. He pushes the needle. Who's sitting on the bench?
When 5-1. The Chiefs are 3-3. If there's
2 minutes left in the game and I need a touchdown, I'm calling Baker Mayfield.
That doesn't make sense. If the Chiefs were 5-1 and the Bucks, if you swap positions, absolutely, whoever's 5-1 is going to be the MVP favorite. It makes no sense. But they're 5-1. They're 5-1, and they just beat another great team by 2 scores. Wow. Baker Mayfield is playing elite football right now, down several starters, and he's 5-1. But somehow the 3-3 Kansas City Chiefs
I was gonna
had
say
the MVP front.
I was going to say
runner.
this.
Makes no
I mean,
sense.
when it's like, oh no, my steak's too buttery and my bread is cooked perfect. You have the best coach of all time in Andy Reid. And like I said, I don't think Patrick Mahomes is winning these games without Andy Reid. And I don't know if it's vice versa. Well, I'll take it back. Andy Reid has won a Super Bowl without Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has never done anything without Andy Reid. I'm not taking away anything from Patrick Mahomes. I'm saying that Baker had Liam Cohen. He doesn't have Liam Cohen. Can you tell me who the Bucs offensive coordinator is? Probably not. Who's the head coach? Todd Bowles?
Yep.
Todd Bowles is a good coach. He ain't on the level of Andy Reid, and that's not knocking Todd Bowles. I'm sure he'd say the same thing. Andy Reid is a phenomenal coach, and I think, like I said, most of my college game day picks and most of my picks or NFL picks is based off the coach because I think coaching.
And the Bucs got a huge game this
They
week
got-
that we'll get into.
Yeah, they got a great coach, but like I said, Baker Mayfield is more instrumental into his team's winning than Patrick Mahomes is into his team's winning.
for sure. I agree. Baker Mayfield for MVP. I've been saying it since week one. Since saying it for the season.
They just hate him. That's cool.
Yeah, they hate us because they ain't us. The Chiefs, 3-3, get a huge win over Detroit, 30-17. I had Detroit winning that game just because I really do think they are the better team. Detroit is.
I'm sure they are.
But yeah, the Chiefs just
Like I said,
find a way to win games.
I kind of saw it coming. You got a game in Arrowhead, and they're coming off a loss against the Jaguars, and I'm almost positive the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs as a wild card team. I see it happening.
I think they'll win that division, honestly.
Maybe not. I think the Broncos are going to win the division.
You think so?
I honestly believe that.
That's going to be pretty
Broncos will
cool. All three of them teams make the playoffs.
Yeah, like I said, I think the Broncos will win the division, but I think the Chiefs will get in the wild card, and I think they're going to cause havoc because no one's going to want to play the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah, but then they won't. They're not going to have Arrowhead. They're not going to have Arrowhead as home
I don't
field
know if it
advantage.
matters. I mean, I think Patrick Mahomes is a good enough quarterback to win.
Yeah, for sure. It
I
don't
know,
matter.
and
It
I
don't
think
matter where
Andy
it is.
Reid is going to come up with some witchcraft. So, I as a Jags fan, I do not want. If we do make the playoffs, I don't want to see him there. Seriously, I do not want to see him there.
So, and then after that game, Brian Branch obviously smacks Juju in the face.
Yeah, that was messed up.
Brian Branch did get suspended for one game without pay, which is huge because we'll get to it in a second. But that is a huge loss for the Lions because of who they play this week. Wrapping up for NFL, we got Falcons upset the Bills, huge upset, and very big for the AFC and the Jags because now the only 5-win team is the Colts in the AFC and the Bucks in the NFC. So everyone else is 4-2. So we're currently tied for second with everybody else. And the Bears upset the Commanders as well in Washington. Do you think the Bears are for real? I think so. I think that the Bears are back. Well, I wouldn't say back because they haven't been here for a long time. But I think the Bears are pretty solid. I think they're going to get 10 wins this year. I really do.
I'm just gonna. I think I disagree. I'm not sold on the Bears. I mean, you played a Washington defense that's middle linebacker is almost 40. So I'm not a huge believer. I get the Vikings game, but they lost the Vikings game. I get Caleb Williams started out 9 for 10, and it was a big deal. I just don't. I don't.
But I
believe in
think
their
they have
defense.
enough easy games on their schedule to manage to win.
I understand that. I just don't believe in their defense at all.
Really?
Like,
I think they have a solid defense.
No way, dude. First game of the year, you go play the Vikings. You blow a 16-point lead in the back end of the game. Your defense can't get a stop. Defense can't get off the field. Then you go play who they played. Detroit put up like 50 on them.
Yeah.
Ran the score up on them, ran up and down the field on them.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think any contender would whoop up on the Bears.
Well, I understand that,
but I can see them sneaking in the playoffs.
I don't think so. I think they're going to miss the playoffs. I have them missing the playoffs, which I'm not sure. I mean, Caleb Williams, he's shown that he is good at
in
times.
only his second year, he's looked pretty
he's
good.
solid. Ben Johnson's doing great things for the Bears. I think they need more time. I'm not calling them a bad franchise. I'm not calling them a bad team. They just need more time. That's all I can see.
Yep.
But right now, I just don't think the defense is on the level that they need to be at to win those games.
Yeah, I concur. But I do think they'll sneak in, but we'll see. So, what you've all been waiting for, the Duval recap. And actually, let's go ahead and get a Duval. 3, 2, 1. Duval! And you may think, well, Mr. Davidici, well, Mr. Christian Sutton, well, Mr. Caleb from Publix, why? Why would you Duval? You lost in Duval. Why would you do that? Because win, lose, or draw is Duval till we die. And I'm so happy to say that because you got a coach that I firmly believe in, that I firmly trust. And I love that the Jaguars keep posting the post game locker room speeches from Liam, whether they win or lose. Well, that was great to see. The way he talks to the team obviously respects him. But obviously we still did lose, so let's get into that. Jags do drop to 4-2 as they lose to the Seahawks in Duval, 20-12. We talked about last week how great we were with the penalties. Only 4 penalties for, I believe, 25 yards. And this week, unfortunately, 10 penalties for 76 yards.
It was rough.
And once again, somehow the Jags managed to get these penalties when they really cannot afford them to. For example, the touchdown to BTJ, the 54-yard touchdown to BTJ, and Travis lines up offsides. I don't know if that's a big of a deal as people make it out to be because, yes, we got a touchdown called back. That same drive, we still went down the field and scored on that drive. So, although it took us longer, a little more time off the clock, we did still go down to score. Jags were 4-16 on third down. That is not very good. Here's what's crazy. What do you think the Seahawks were on third down?
We had some. I think it was a nip and tuck. I think it was pretty close. I'm gonna go 6 for 10.
Oh, really? The Seahawks were 1 of 12 on third down.
Goodness gracious.
The Seahawks were 1 in 12 on third down. I think the defense balled out. I really don't put it on them. Obviously, Greg Newsome did get burned on the touchdown. Yeah. Sam Darnold had, I believe, 295 yards and 2 touchdowns, which sounds like a lot.
And he had 65-yard bomb to JSN.
Yeah, and then you realize 122 of that came off of 2 plays, which is the one busted coverage and then the other busted coverage. So unfortunate, but I really think the Jags defense held up pretty well. Greg Newsome only got 8 snaps. Unfortunately, Greg Newsome's first snap as a Jaguar was a 61-yard touchdown to JSN, so that was unfortunate. But still confident in this defense. Devin Lloyd, unfortunately, did pull his hamstring, it looks like. A lot of tightness up in there, and he did not finish the game. Ventrell Miller came in. Ventrell Miller balled out.
Well.
He got half a sack, as well as Eric Armstead. So great, shout out to Ventrell Miller for coming in and stepping up and playing a big role in that defense, holding to 1 and 12 on third down. So I don't think you honestly can put this on the defense. I think they got to stop every time they needed to. Not sure what's going on with Cam Little. You missed the extra point.
Hurt us.
Yeah, special teams hurt us. Parker Washington, he fumbled the punt.
Yeah.
Thankfully it went out of bounds, but I think it's because he had the sun shining right in his eyes, but still, you just got to hold on to those. And the return game, we just did not get any great returns as far as on the punts at all, on punt returns. So we had Trevor, 27 of 42 for 258 and 2 touchdowns and 3 carries for 9 yards. He was sacked 7 times for 44 yards, the most all season. Pressured on 25 of his 50 dropbacks, 17 quarterback hits, and had an average of 2.62 seconds to throw.
That's rough.
That's really rough. We were down Robert Hainsey, which is our starting center. You would kind of expect that to be the issue. I did go back, watch the film, the all 22. I really don't think it was. There was a couple plays where he did get blown up, but for the most part, Walker Little is a liability. There's several plays that I rewatched where he's just getting slimed up front. It's bad. It's really bad. Wyatt Milam, the guard we drafted out of West Virginia, I think you give him a shot maybe. Something's got to change. I don't know. I know this is just one bad game, but he looked really, really bad. So we'll see what happens against the Rams this week. We're playing Jared Verse, so
yeah, good luck.
Walker Little is probably going to be killed this week, but we'll see what happens. My biggest issue, though, is watching back the film. Yes, Trevor did take 7 sacks. He did have a little bit of time to throw at times. But honestly, I'm a little concerned about some of the play calling. Like,
Right.
it was kind of like the deep shots were really hurting him because these play designs are all deep shots that really take time to develop. And Liam made some adjustments for the most part. I mean, Trevor's getting hit all day. He did not have time in the pocket all day. At some point, you got to make adjustments to say, okay, we're playing a little more conservative. We're going to play a little more dump off, which they did late in the game. But I feel like going into halftime, they should have made those adjustments sooner and not waited until the fourth quarter. ETN had 12 carries for 27 yards. We had 19 team carries for 59 yards, so that's obviously not good. We like to rush the ball. We were top 5 in the NFL in rush yards. We definitely falled this week. We were averaging about 170 rush yards per game, and yeah, we continue to fall, unfortunately. So I do want to see this week, going against a really good Rams defense, I really want to see us try to run the ball more.
Yeah.
Let's change it up. I think the run game early was effective, but it's hard to get the run game involved when, a lot of these big plays are being negated by penalties, or, you don't really want to run the inside zone when it's 1st and 20. So got to work on the penalties again, because that really played a factor into the run game not being very effective. So obviously Devin Lloyd and Brenton Strange are not expected to play versus the Rams, unfortunately.
Right.
So we're going to be down Devin Lloyd and Brenton Strange. Liam Cohen did say going into the bye week they'll be reevaluated, because after we play the Rams, we have a bye week. Then we come back and play the Raiders in Las Vegas. If we do fall to 4-3 to the Rams, we have a great chance to come back and bounce back and beat the Raiders, become 5-3, and hopefully beat the Texans and come back to Duval with a 6-3 record. I'd be happy with that.
I mean,
if we go 2-1 our next 3 games, I'm happy with that.
I mean, like I said, I think Cohen's already gone above and beyond a lot of people's expectations.
Yeah.
I think if, as a Jaguars fan, if we won 7 games this year, I'd be ecstatic. I mean,
Yeah.
and I know that sucks. Like, oh, well, you don't want to see us win. No, I want to see us win. But 7-10 for a first-year head coach, that coming into the situation that he did, remarkable. And the
Yeah, for
strides
sure.
in the offseason that Trevor's going to have, if being around that coach and the other guys, and I think Gladstone's going to make some moves in the offseason.
Yeah,
Dude,
and
who knows what that dude's going to do?
a lot of people are talking about Gladstone making moves now and going out and getting Dexter Lawrence. I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
We've made a lot of cap space, so shout out to James Gladstone. JSN had 8 catches for 162 and a tutter. He only had 1 catch in the second half for
Good
12
adjustment.
yards. So great adjustment by the defense. Obviously, you don't want to give that up that early,
Yeah.
but obviously that's a huge
Right.
it's a huge game, but you make the adjustments going in the second half. It is to one of the best receivers in football, if not top 3. I think top 3 at this point. I mean, the numbers he's putting up is crazy right now.
Here's the thing, and no matter how you feel about Bill Belichick, I think Bill Belichick has a great point. I'm not going to let him beat me. I'm going to let their 2 beat me. And that was his whole coaching thing. We're going to double their number 1 receiver. We're going to let number 2 beat me. And I stand by that. And I think Jacksonville did a great job of that in the second half. Maybe a little too late, but
Yeah,
we had chances to win the game. That's all I'm saying.
but I mean, we're 4-2.
Right.
Like
It's not the
you
end of the
said,
world.
yeah, we've already surpassed everyone's expectations for this year. And honestly, we're going into, after the bye week, a much easier schedule. I mean, we've kind of started the year with a gauntlet, to be honest.
Yeah, the 49ers
I mean-
was in the Chiefs back-to-back was crazy. No, absolutely wild.
Yeah, we had 49ers, Chiefs, Seahawks. I mean, those are
Right.
3 all contenders, like real contenders.
We won 2 out of 3. I mean,
Yeah.
whether we had lost to the Niners on the West Coast or we had lost to Monday Night Football or we lost to the Seahawks, but any of
Yeah.
those games, like you're like, oh yeah, Jaguars probably lose two if not 3, but
Yeah.
going out of those games 2-1, I feel pretty good about
Yeah,
it.
for sure. No, let's not overreact. I really don't want people to
No, man.
to start freaking
And-
out. It
yeah,
seems
like-
like Duval's kind of like thinking like, oh, this same old Jags,
Well,
they're falling off.
here's
That's
the-
kind of what the stadium felt like
Well,
after the game.
Dude, it's like I said, it's a come down to earth loss.
Yeah.
Look, maybe we shouldn't have been 5 in the power rankings. All right, we're putting too much expectation on this team. This team, how many games we won last year with Doug Peterson?
4.
We won 4 games. I mean, remember that. You're expecting 4 to go turn into 12. You're asking for 8 more wins.
Well, I think yes and no, because kind of what we talked about last week is like no longer being the hunters. We got to be we are the hunted now.
I understand
and
that.
I think that's kind of what we need to think of it as. But yeah, I agree. As far as Jaguar fans, let's chill out a little bit.
Is it fair to is it fair to shit on your quarterback because he's not 5-1 and he didn't beat the Chiefs, Niners, and Seahawks back to back? Like, it's not fair for the people going on Trevor and you just put those stats out there. He's rushed on 25. They don't watch that stuff. They don't go back on all 22. They see Trevor Lawrence takes 7 sacks. Trevor Lawrence puts up 12 points. That's all they see.
Yeah.
They see the score and they see the yards numbers.
Which, shout out to Trevor, because, I mean, you know, the biggest thing coming into this year is, I mean, the dude just forces things, and the turnovers are such an issue. And I talked about last week, give Liam Cohen time, and he's going to fix Trevor.
He's delivered on all of his promises.
Yeah, and he's not going to turn the ball over. So, speaking of that, Trevor's passer rating weeks 1 through 3 was 70.5. He had 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Not very great. Those were against some decent defenses, but still not great.
I honestly, but here's the thing, man. I still think the stats are lying. The stats poke out on the page like that, but they also don't poke out the page that the Jags lead in drop rate percentage. They don't point out on the stage that, I mean, Cohen's game plan has been long, deep shots. They don't put on the stage the sack pressure. I mean, they don't point on the stage that one of his picks came from a PI penalty that was so egregious that wasn't called.
That's what I was about to bring up.
No, that's the thing. The stats don't show that. The stats just, like I said, people crap on Trevor online. He's got 4 picks, 4 touchdowns. Well, you didn't watch the games.
When you look at the actual picks, I mean, those Bengals games, those were tipped. But what I was going to say is,
J.C. Horn. I'm sorry, but J.C. Horn makes a one-handed interception.
That was nuts.
All of his picks, he had one bad one against the Texans. That's a pick.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was horrible.
But since then, you know, week 1 through 3 wasn't super great. But weeks 4 through 6, we go from 70.5 passer rating weeks 1 through 3 to 95.3.
Huge jump.
He had 4 touchdowns, 4 picks weeks 1 through 3. Weeks 4 through 6, he had 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. I'm not even going to count that 1 interception because it was BS, because obviously when your receiver gets knocked on his ass and no PI is called,
it's ridiculous.
Everyone's throwing a pick. And then he did have the 1 fumble on the goal line, which I still think was a touchdown.
It was 4th down. It didn't matter. It was a turnover. It's like it's like what Joe Burrow says, like, about sacks. I remember in the Super Bowl, he got interviewed in the Super Bowl. He's like, I don't think that some sacks could count because it's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah.
If you get sacked, it doesn't matter. It's the end of the possession.
Yeah. No, I think Trevor's played a lot better.
Right.
People need to chill out. I do wish Liam would have relied on the run game a little bit more. I know there wasn't, like I said, the penalties kind of negated the ability to run the ball just because you're set up in, first 15, first and 20. But I don't like Trevor throwing the ball 42 times. I want to keep that number under 40. I want to keep it like 35.
Well, I'm worried, but if I was coaching against the Jaguars, I think they've come up with the idea, and I think people are going to watch the Seahawks film and they're going to eat us. I'm not hoping this happens, but especially with the Rams and their D-line and their defense, they're going to blitz. They're going to shut down. They're going to shut down Travis Etienne. They're going to make Trevor beat you, and then play action shots.
Yeah,
they're going to mess us up. So I think Cohen's going to notice. I'm not going to lie. I don't think Cohen's stupid.
That's what I was going to say.
I think Cohen's going to look back and like, wow, we had 7 sacks. It should have probably been 10.
Yeah,
Trevor's going to get the ball out. I think they're going to make some easy.
Well, not only is Trevor going to get the ball, I think Liam this week is going to make it a lot easier for him to get the ball out. So it's going to be a lot less. I think a lot less play action, deep shots, a lot more conservative. Because if you can't rely on the offensive line, so be it. I think we can. I think we can get there.
Yeah. I think also the drops have gotten better week by week. I think this week wasn't that bad. I think
you just had a bad drop.
Muntz had a bad drop, and then BTJ had a bad drop.
That was the next thing I was going to say is 9:23 in the 4th quarter. Jags had just scored, so it's now 20 to 12. So they score. Seahawks get the ball back. Defense gets a stop. Right?
Huge stop.
We get the ball back with a chance to tie the game. 3rd and 5 after a couple nice run plays, or one nice run play and an incompletion. And the Jags are at the 17. What would have been an 18-yard gain on 3rd and 5 is dropped by BTJ. And it's so unfortunate because BTJ has been playing so much better.
Right.
And it's so weird that his drops are just in the most crucial moments, unfortunately. If it's 1st and 10, whatever.
It hurts, but
Whatever. But
yeah.
it's like, especially like every drop he has is so crucial. Like he almost cost us the game because of that drop in the Texans game.
Mm-hmm.
He did cost us the game against the Bengals. And then here, I feel like I can't say you cost us the game because who knows if we go down and score. Then we still have to get the 2-point. Then we have to get a stop. So I wouldn't put, this whole loss, but that definitely was a huge momentum killer. So it's just unfortunate his drops appear to be very poorly timed.
Well, you see, I'm just kind of confused, and I think there's something different about him, and it has something to do with him going over the middle. Every time he goes over the middle in that second, and I get it, it's scary. I played receiver. It's scary. Like you're going on a middle route and Trevor's leading you to the middle. You don't know what's in front. You're looking at the ball, but you signed up for this. No one asked you to play receiver. You're getting paid. You signed a contract to play receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Go catch that shit.
Yeah.
Go up there and get
You got to
it.
attack the ball.
Like, dude, but this junk where you're fake jumping, I'm not cool with that. Like,
I mean, it hit him right in both hands. There's no excuse.
He's flinching.
There's no excuse.
He's scared to get hit.
Yeah, he was looking
But
as he was
like
going
I said,
to
no
catch
one's
it.
forcing you to play. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be like that, but if you're playing scared and you're playing selfish and you don't want to get hit, remember that you have defensive players, like even though they're doing the hitting, they're taking that impact dozens of times a game.
I mean,
So-
he still had eight catches for 8 catches on 10 targets for 90 yards and a
He had a
touchdown.
great game, but that needs to stop.
It's just unfortunate,
And
the
it just-
timing of it. But
I get it, but it just needs to stop because it's not like he's dropping the ball. He's scared. He's flinching.
Yeah.
You see it in the game. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
want to go up there.
he's gotten better. He's gotten better.
Definitely's gotten better.
And it's unfortunately that was the time in the game where we really needed that catch, and
It happens.
unfortunately dropped it.
People
But
grow and people change. Man.
yep, stuff happens. People change. But I believe BTJ, no doubt in him.
For sure.
I do want to start to see us use Travis a little bit more. I know we're trying to get the screen game. I don't know if that's really. Let's put him on some drags. Let's put him on some little, even curl routes, slants.
I think
Keep it short. I mean,
I honestly believe if you can get him close, like those curl routes they got him on, no one.
Yeah, he's
no
gonna
one's-
make a
The thing
play.
is, like no one's gonna have an easy time tackling Travis Hunter in space on a
Yeah.
one-on-one. He's gonna make that first guy miss, and you're gonna get another 5-6 yards out of him.
yeah, I agree.
It's gonna be a 12-yard gain, and I think if you get him out in space, because a lot of teams play zone, let him do a zone curl flat, put him in between two zones, hit him, let him make a move, and go up the sideline.
Yeah.
I mean, he does it every game. He has one of those catches every game where he'll catch the ball on like a 3-4 yard curl route. He's gonna make the cornerback miss. He's gonna go get a first down, and he's gonna get hype, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
And I honestly like an underrated part of the game at some point in the game. I don't remember when it was. Jacksonville took a shot for him, and they
Yeah,
took a shot.
I was gonna bring that
And
up.
then
That was
Travis Hunter, and I like that. That's
Yeah.
your athletic
it
guy.
was 1-on-1. I even though he didn't come down with it, it was a little overthrown. I like that. I like Trevor throwing the ball up and giving your guy a chance because obviously he's proven it in that double coverage catch
that was
against
the Chiefs. That was awesome.
That was nuts. And obviously Travis has the ability.
Absolutely.
So I like us giving him a shot. I know Trevor does. Daniel brought up he does have a bit of tunnel vision. I discussed this with Christian a little bit. A lot of the tunnel vision plays, once you go back and watch the replay, a lot of the tunnel vision comes from obviously Liam having a play call, Trevor canning the call because of the coverage he's seeing, and obviously putting in a different call, assuming a certain receiver is going to be there. That's when the tunnel vision seems to kick in. But it did actually work. I mean, that was on the 3rd and 15 catch to BTJ. So
Chiefs game.
no, that was against the Seahawks.
Oh, okay.
So-
I didn't know if you're talking about the Chiefs game where he like launched that thing like 20 yards
Oh no,
over the shoulder. That was
No,
probably
that
the
was-
best throw of his career. I'm
yeah,
saying.
for sure. But again, Jags take the L. Unfortunate defense. I know 300 yards to Sam and 162 to JSN. You'd think the defense was
They
horrible.
only gave up 20, bro.
You gave up 20 points to a really good offense, and we shut them down in the second half for the most part. I'm not. There's no way I'm putting this game on the defense. Again, Seahawks were 1 of 12 on 3rd down.
Right.
I'm not mad at the defense. I think they did really great. I think Ventrell coming in and playing his tail off was
Well,
great.
it shows we got depth. That's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Well, sorry. Before you go, What's up with Khalil Saunders? Or I don't know how you pronounce his name.
Colin Saunders. Yeah.
Colin Saunders. What's up with him, man?
I'm not sure. I think they trade. It is kind of weird. They traded for him. You know, we traded away Luke Fortner to get him, so it kind of seems like
well, all the
you'd want him.
signs pointed because he was a super underrated player.
He is.
He was one of the. I think he was the Saints' highest defensive rated player. We got rid of a lot of some dead cap space with Luke Fortner. I mean, he was horrible for the Jags. I don't know, and I wish they would be more like a little bit more like evident, like just what's the word, transparent.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he's not what we.
I think
really
it might have
want.
been just for depth.
I guess, but he hasn't played at all.
Yeah, he's
Like,
been
it's not-
active.
it's not even-
He's not hurt.
I mean, there's guys like Eric Armstead, which I'm not totally opposed to him playing, but subbing Colin Sanders, I mean, he might be able to do something. I mean, Eric's good. Eric's just tall. That's the only problem with Eric. Eric is super tall.
Yeah.
And just not your typical nose tackle kind of DN kind of guy. He's too slow to play DN, but too big to play tackle. It's weird. D tackle.
Yeah. But overall, I mean, I think, you know, we took the L. Trevor was getting hit all day, so you don't like that. But I think Liam will make some adjustments. I really hope Jared Verse does not end Walker Little's career.
Can we just say something real quick? Shout out the Patriots. Shout out Drake May, bro. Drake May had a great game against the Saints, man. I get it's the Saints, but
Yeah, but still, I mean,
the refs
before
are
that
out to
too.
get him. The refs are out to get him. This one's for you, Jordan. Jordan watches. Jordan's super.
Yeah, I heard he's
into our-
Drake.
Dude,
heard he's a
huge Drake May fan,
lover.
but dude, he loves his podcast, bro. Like, he watched. He's actually watched every single one all the way through.
Good.
But
Shout
dude,
out Jordan.
Shout out Jordan, bro. Drake May, he looked phenomenal. The
did.
refs are out to get the Patriots for some reason. I don't. They had two.
Yeah, I
they had
heard
two
that
touchdowns.
whole-
Well, Stephon Diggs had a BS PI
Yeah,
call.
I remember showing you at
That's
the game we were
wild,
watching.
dude.
That was horrible call.
Well, just know Drake May is probably another MVP candidate. He's actually higher than Josh Allen on the MVP race, just so people know.
I'm just concerned about the strength of schedule. I mean,
They just
I
beat
do
the
think-
Bills. They're the leader in that division.
But I mean, then the Falcons go out and beat the Bills by 2 scores. You're kind of like, all right, well.
Still, man, that's
But
still
I mean,
still
the,
Josh Allen
The Patriots, I definitely think will make a playoff run.
for sure.
That division is poo poo, thankfully,
Yeah.
with the Jets and the Dolphins. But obviously, you do have the Bills and the Patriots, who are top contenders right now.
They look good.
So shout out Jordan, shout out Drake May. He's playing his tail off.
Absolutely.
So I think that's mostly it for the Jags recap. I don't think there's too much to worry about here.
Yeah, just take
It's kind of the same stuff, unfortunately. I mean, we lead the NFL in penalties and drops. So I
hurting ourselves more. Like we're just killing ourselves.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
it.
no one's going to beat the Jaguars except for the Jaguars, honestly. I mean, both our losses have been mostly just to penalties and drops.
Right.
You know, we were 4-2, and you know, if BTJ, I mean, we're a couple plays away from being 6-0. So
Brandon
it is
Scheffler,
unfortunate.
Please come back.
what's that?
Said Brandon Scheffler, please come back.
But you know, a couple big plays negated by penalties. So just
Right.
clean up the penalties. I would say clean up the drops, but I think we've mostly got that figured out. So yeah, just this week, work on the penalties. I really think Liam Cohen's going to scheme a really good game against the
Yeah.
Rams. And I really do think we'll get it done. So we'll get into predictions. But yeah, that's our Jaguar recap. They fall to the Seahawks, but I see us bouncing back this week. Here's our game picks.
All right.
You ready?
Yep. Sound them off. Lightning round.
Thursday
Go
night
quick.
football. Steelers at Cincy. I got Steelers.
Not because they're good. Give me the Steelers.
Yep. Then we got Rams and Jags in London. Actually, we'll save that one because we're going to go in more into that one.
Yeah, I
but
got
we'll
you.
go sort of a speed round. Raiders, Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs.
Who's it? Raiders, Chiefs?
Yep.
Oh, give me Chiefs.
Dolphins at Cleveland.
I think it could get interesting. Give me the Dolphins.
I agree. Then we got Pats at the Titans.
Pretty odd. I'll take the Pats.
Yeah, same. Pats. Panthers at the Jets. I'm going to go with Panthers.
Is that the Jets? I'm gonna take the Panthers. I think it could get. I think it's a little bit closer than most people think. I
Little
think the
frisky?
Jets.
Little
I
frisky?
think the Jets at home are a scary team.
Yeah. And the Jet, I mean, they almost eked out a win against the Broncos.
That's what I mean.
Or,
That's
yeah,
what I
the
mean.
Broncos.
They're yearning for a win right now.
Yeah.
They're
That,
hungry.
yeah. Those winless teams, they'll come out and get you.
I'm just saying the Panthers defense could be their letdown, and Justin Fields could end up running all over them. Seriously, but
I
Brees
kind of
Hall,
hope so.
all of them.
I like Justin Fields a lot.
I like the Panthers, man.
I like Bryce Young and the Panthers too,
That's
actually. Saints at Bears. I'm going to go Bears.
Saints at I'm gonna give if this was at the Saints, I'd honestly pick the Saints. Give me the Bears.
I got you. Eagles at the Vikings. I think Carson Wentz is going to make this a game, but the Eagles have dropped 2 straight. They just got whooped up by the Giants. That was on a Thursday Night Football about a week and a half ago, so they've got a lot of time to recover. So I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't think Sirianni is going to lose 3 straight.
Yeah.
I think he's a good coach. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
We got Giants at Broncos. I think this is going to be a good test for the creatine Caucasians. I think the Broncos may be a little overrated, to be honest with you. I don't know if Bo Nix is there. I think he's kind of in a sophomore slump. I think they'll be all right this year, maybe win 9 games, but I still do have the Giants, the Broncos beating the Giants.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in line because I kind of have the same thoughts. I think Sean Payton's a great coach, and I think that's evident from the comeback from the fourth quarter. I think Jackson Dart's got a lot of talent. I think he's got a lot of promise.
Yeah.
Same thing with Cam Scatterbo. I do wish the league would start cracking down. Like they're finding Saquon for lowering his helmet, but if you ever watch the Giants game, Scatterbo does it every
single play. Yeah.
So I wish they'd be a little bit more fair with that, just being fair to both teams. But
or just not fine them for
just let them play football. That's an option.
I mean,
but give me the Broncos. I like Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix gets it done.
Yeah, Packers at the Cardinals. Packers have kind of honestly looked worse and worse every week, to be honest.
Right.
But Jordan Love has looked good. I mean, he makes plays when he needs to for the most part. So I'm gonna stick with the Packers.
I think it's gonna be pretty obvious. I'm gonna go with the Packers. I'm not, as shown by last week, which I was almost proven wrong, but not a huge believer in the Cardinals.
Jacoby Brissett.
I think Jacoby Brissett's now have film. The Packers got film on him. I think Michael Parsons is going to be hawking him down.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Commanders at the Cowboys. Cowboys are pretty sore after taking a loss to the Panthers, but so are the Commanders after taking an L at home to the Bears. I think this is going to be a battle of the offenses. I think they both have great offenses with kind of dookie defenses. But I'm going to have to take the Commanders and Jaden Daniels to respond.
Yeah, this is, like you said, it's going to be a shootout. It's probably going to be, if you're taking any over this week, take this game's over.
Yeah.
I think Washington's defense is a little bit better, and I like their coach a little bit more. I'm not a huge believer in the Cowboys coach. I know he's a first-year head coach.
Yeah.
But I like what the dude's – I can't remember. What's the dude's name coaching for Washington right now? What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn, that's who. I like Dan Quinn. I think he's had a career revival here at Washington. Like I said, I'm going to go with the coaches. I'm going to go with the Commanders.
Yep. I agree. And Sunday Night Football, we got Falcons and Niners. That one's in Santa Clara. So I'm going to go Falcons going off a big win against the Bills. I still think the 49ers are legit. I'm going to take the Niners.
You're going to take the Niners? I think, honestly, the Falcons have surprised a lot of people, and I think the 49ers let them down. They're at home. The 49ers should win this game. Give me the Falcons. I think Bijan Robinson is going to be the big difference in this game. Bijan looked phenomenal. Another big. I mean, really didn't have a great run.
Warner,
he had one good run, and I think he had a decent game after that.
He still had 170 yards.
Well, the big run came. It was like 70-yarder. But give me the Falcons. I think the Falcons can pull it out. Shout out Gracie. She's a huge Falcons fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out Gracie. Monday Night Football, Texans at Seahawks. I would absolutely love for the Seahawks to go BTA on the Texans, and I think they will. I think Seahawks get this done by at least 2 scores.
Considering that the Texans might have the worst O-line in football, and the Seahawks just got 7 sacks on the Jaguars, who also have a below-average O-line, I'm going to take the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks have a better defensive line than, honestly, what we give them credit for. I was not expecting their D-line to be that good, but I think that's going to be the difference maker. I got Seahawks.
And then some of our key games. Colts at Chargers. Colts obviously have looked really good. I kind of think they're going to have a moment coming up similar to us of kind of coming down to earth. And it's the National Football League. Anybody can beat anybody, and I think the Chargers are going to take care of business in L.A. and take down the Colts.
Like I said, these are 2 high-powered offenses that can be high-powered when they want to be. The Chargers are a little bit more inconsistent than the Colts are. I think the Colts lead the NFL in points per game at 31. I think I saw that today. I do think that Indianapolis going to the West Coast, that's going to be too much for them to handle. I like the Chargers in this one. I love Justin Herbert. If you know me, I'm a huge Justin Herbert guy. Love Justin Herbert, what he's doing. I like Jim Harbaugh, what he's doing over there. I'm going to take the Chargers. I think the Chargers win this game pretty handily. And like I said, bring the Colts, kind of like we did this weekend, bring the Colts back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah. And then my game of the week, which I'm really excited about.
Jags Rams.
Monday Night Football. Bucks at Lions.
That's going to be the game of the year probably.
Dude, I'm so excited. I'm really torn. I'm really, really torn
Right.
because Baker's my MVP, but I also don't see the Lions dropping back-to-back games. But Baker's my MVP. He's going to have a couple of these guys that he didn't have last week back. The Lions are going to be down Brian Branch. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to come down to the wire. But what matters most, it seems like Baker can get it done. So until he proves me otherwise, I'm taking Baker Mayfield and the Bucs to get it done at Detroit.
You know, you're going 1,200 miles, like you're going like 800 miles north. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be cold. It's going to be
Indoor stadium though.
Oh, is okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I mean, still, you're still going up north, and I mean, it's going to be a different environment.
Yeah.
Detroit fans are hostile. They love their team. I think this game goes down the wire. But what did I say earlier? If I had to go play a game with 2 minutes left, who do I want as my quarterback? Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by a field goal.
Let's go.
I like the Bucs.
that. I like that a lot.
There's nobody else I'd rather have in this world on a 2-minute drive for my life.
Baker Mayfield.
Give me seriously, not even trying to be funny. Give me Baker Mayfield
right behind Haynes King. We got, and then of course Rams Jags in London this week, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you set your alarms. We're playing it in London. So, like we talked about just a second ago, we're kind of just worried about Jared Verse blowing up the O-line.
Brandon Fisk, that whole D-line is phenomenal.
They've got a great team. I still think the Rams are my sleeper of the week, or a sleeper of the year, just because I don't think enough people are talking about them. But they will be down Puka Nacua this
That's
week,
huge.
which is huge because of that reason. And because of, I really think Liam's going to get the team right. I think the trip to London usually is a good time to regroup and talk about a lot of stuff. I think the penalties linger a little bit, but I think they do get improved. I think we'll finish this game with about 6-7 penalties. And, which is obviously cut down. But I do think we win this game in a lower scoring game, 23-17.
Yeah, I think the Jags they're not going to put up 40 points a game. We're just not going to do it, and that's okay. But talking about the game, Puka being out is huge, and that leaves them with Devontae.
Yeah.
Devontae. I think, and honestly, this is my prediction. I got Jags winning. I think Travis Hunter gets pick 6.
Really?
I think
Against Stafford?
Yes. I'm calling it now. I think Travis Hunter, I've been thinking about this all day, and I was thinking about coming on this and what I was going to say about the game. And I think Cohen's going to let him go. I think Travis Hunter's going to let his wings fly. I think you're going to see him a lot on defense, especially kind of bearing down the fact they don't have Puka. Then you throw Travis Hunter in the mix. They threw the Travis Hunter's way 3 times against the Seahawks. 1 completion allowed.
Yeah.
He looked good. And I think they're going to let him eat because considering Greg Newsome still might be learning the playbook, Greg Newsome still gave up a bomb, which I'm not saying that's what his career looks like, but be on the lookout for Travis Hunter to get pick 6. I'm calling it now.
I hope so.
He's ball larking, bro. It's coming. I mean, they should the script should have let him beat Cincy, but the refs had other plans. That should have been his rookie breakout moment, but
should have been.
The refs took it away, but that's okay.
I do think this week will be. I don't think will be his full breakout moment. I don't think this will be like him solidifying himself, but I do think you're going to see Travis Hunter a lot more this week involved in the offense. I think you're going to see him make a few more big plays than we have seen.
Right.
And going into the bye week and coming out of the bye week against the Raiders and the Texans, I think this second half of the season,
well, I mean,
Travis is going to be let loose.
Dude, I mean, this dude is a generational talent. I mean, it's only so long you can keep a guy like that away from the ball.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
absolutely.
phenomenal, and I really like him as a player. And I'm so glad I remember on draft night, I wanted him.
Yeah.
I didn't want Jeansy. I really didn't want Jeansy. I wanted Travis Hunter, and Gladstone making that move. Gladstone saw something in him, which means Baselli saw something in him, which means Liam Cohen sees something in him, and I think he's going to bounce back in a huge way. We're getting close to the halfway mark of the season. It's coming. If it's not this week, it's going to be next week. If it ain't next week, it's coming. Just
And
be
the
ready
most
for it.
Jaguar thing to do on draft night would have been to wait around until the 5th pick and taking Mason Graham.
Oh God.
Completely expected that to happen, to be completely honest with you. But James Gladstone has shown he is.
F the frick them picks.
Yeah, he is not afraid at all to make big moves.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously, with us immediately, cutting Evan Ingram and then trading Christian Kirk.
That was
and,
huge.
I mean, not gonna lie, it had me kind of like,
I mean, dude,
what's going on here? But
who
I'm
would've
trusting
thought-
these boys,
who
but
would've
this is
thought-
kind of wild.
Who would have thought Tank Bigsby, your best back from last year?
Yeah.
Everyone's thinking you're getting rid of Travis Etienne. Traded Tank Bigsby for a 7th. You go get that 7th to go get Cody Schrader. Who knows what they're going to do with Cody Schrader when he comes? Probably
And
nothing.
Tank has been horrible.
He's been bad.
So-
They saw that. So the Eagles gave us a 7th round pick and a possible 5th round pick
Yeah.
if that dude from the 49ers gets a couple more sacks.
Yeah.
So that'd be huge.
Shout out James Gladstone for making moves. I love this front office. I love Shad Khan for bringing in Gladstone.
Baselli,
And Liam Cohen and Baselli being a part of the whole thing as well. So I'm not mad about this week. Obviously, of course, I would love to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
It is annoying because we continue to shoot ourselves in the foot when we're in place to win games. But I'm not pissed. We're 4-2. Everybody's settled down. Trevor is still our franchise quarterback. I've seen enough of the Trevor hate. It's not his fault. I mean, I am still putting all my faith in Trevor Lawrence. I trust him. And even though BTJ had the big drop, I still trust BTJ. And most of all, I trust our head coach, Liam Cohen, to go out and win us some football games and hopefully make a deep playoff run.
Absolutely.
So I think that about wraps it up for us. Those are our game picks for the week. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, Christian Sutton, WW Gay, Caleb from Publix, Davidici Supari. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Zero Talent Podcast. What's our word for Chris this week?
Ooh. Franklin to Florida.
Franklin. Oh, did you see? I don't know if you saw Felipe Franks coming to game.
I saw that. That was fire, bro.
Shout out. No, that's what it's got to
The
be.
hard count?
We got to go Falcon Felipe.
Falcon Felipe.
Message us, comment, whatever. Falcon Felipe. Shout
real.
out Felipe Franks as a Falcons tight end.
Freaking huge, bro.
Basically
That was
won them
awesome.
the game. So.
Hard counted. He made like 3 tackles on special teams. It was awesome. Great day to be a Florida Gator.
Shout out Felipe. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This has been the Zero Talent Pod. Shout out Ian as well for getting these
Thank
mics
you,
set
Ian.
up. Shout out Ian. You a dog. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.
Ray.